Hey guys, if you are running an expert-based businesses, chances are your processes also involve some sort of client onboarding to get initial requirements and context about a client before you can kickstart your project. So I'm very excited that today I'm able to invite Janity, one of our team members who have had the chance to work with multiple clients on this exact problem and who will join us today to show you a recipe on how you can leverage AI and automation to automate this entire process. So, Janity, thanks for joining me today.
Hi everyone. So I'm excited to share an amazing use case. I noticed that before AI automation comes, people have to do a lot of manual inputting, specifically like Google Form to onboard their clients. And it is not interactive as well as it takes a lot of back and forth setup time and communication between the teams to finally get a draft of the entire onboarding document. So that is why I have built for multiple client a client onboarding process. Basically, that it would take all the inputs from the client step by step, and then we will have different agents that will generate from multiple steps, and will do deep research on that customers, scrape their websites, and get lots of insights from that, as well as generate like project timelines. So basically, it can streamline a lot of our process to onboard a new client.
That sounds really exciting. Could you share your screen and maybe walk us through one example of how that AI automation process looks like?
Sure. So here is the workflow. So basically, we will be having different phases. So here for the first phase, strategic alignment would be fill out some of the information like the company website, their primary service or the product to promote, as well as their definition of success. After we getting these inputs from the client, the next node, which is the draft objectives, would be able to generate for us a strategic brief. So the way it does is that it will scrape the company website as well as from their inputted information, the product to promote, as well as their marketing goals. Then we can have a generation of the strategies that we plan to suggest to the client. Next up, we'll have the phase number 2, which is audience and market. And here we'll gather more information about their ideal customer persona, their main pain point that they want solved, as well as their top 3 competitors. Afterwards, we'll move on to have a second section of doing market analysis. From these information, along with like the deep research that the agents have done, we'll be having a very comprehensive and concise data-driven market analysis draft. And next up in the third phase, this is where we can get a little bit more creative and personalized for each brand. So they can have like some of the brand void adjectives. And in here, some of the clients would also have their own brand's manual, for example. So we can input it in here. And as well, they can have some rules for the content do's and don'ts. After that, from the inputted information, we will be able to generate a creative guidelines. And for the last phase, which is ethic and launch. So in here, we would want a brief information into the target launch date, like what would be their potential launch date for their marketing campaign, what would be their monthly ad budget, and who is like the key decision makers, so we can have a precise and concise plan onto like the entire timeline draft involving different personnels from that company, from the client company that we're working with. And finally, we would be able to generate a project charter, which is like the summary of the entire onboarding process that we can give to the client, and they can see if like any points they want to adjust. And it would have sections comprising from objectives to market analysis to some brand guidelines, as well as the project timelines. And finally, we would be adding that generated project charter onto Google Docs.
I guess that this workflow is a demo workflow that you created for us. Taking an example of a digital marketing agency, right? But let's say for our viewers here, they can have businesses of different industries too. So, what would be your advice for somebody who is running a business to build something like this for their own company? Like, what is the thinking process they should take to go from the current manual process into a structured workflow like this?
So when we work with customer, we want them to give us some inputs onto their entire client onboarding process, like what steps are they currently doing, what information they are currently needing from the client, and what is like. So basically, we would want a summary of like the inputs and the outputs of this entire client onboarding process. So from there, we can break it down to different human input nodes and like agent nodes in order to have a deeper research and gatherings of information to finally be able to generate all these sections in the output. For example, the output is like the project charter, as in this example. So we can like having different agents and nodes generating and researching independently. And at the end, we compile all of the generated outputs to create a comprehensive project charter.
So basically, people can do an audit of what kind of information they often need from a client for every new project, and then lay it all out into some sort of a template with different sections. And then we can break them into phases like this, each phase corresponding with a section, so that we can gather the information from the user as well as have an AI agent to jump in and help with things like research and refinement to ensure the final result to be saved into that project brief would be something that is actually accurate, verified by the user, and actionable from the standpoint of the agency, right?
Yes, absolutely correct.
Yeah. I think another question that somebody who is new to this may have is why you decide to break a client onboarding brief into multiple phases like this instead of just having one massive agent doing everything. Because most people are used to how a single chat interface works, like just put a prompt and get the answer out. Why would you suggest this structure instead of that one single big run?
For this structure, we can have only one agent will focusing on like one section within our output. So it can make the agent have a much better quality, as well as like, for example, in this agent, we can have integration for it to like do the web search, do some further deep research onto that. So we can be able to like enhance the quality of the output a lot. So I would give like this example of the market strategist agent. So I would be able to integrate web search into this to make sure that it can do the web search of to get some of the insights of the top 3 competitors of the brand, and so it can analyze the target audience and competitors provided to provide a much better market analysis. So overall, it boils down to the quality that the agent would be able to generate.
And I reckon that this benefits not just the result of the final document, in the sense that by letting one agent focus on each aspect of the brief, it is able to return a much better result. This kind of structure can also help the client process information in a more manageable way as well, because this kind of workflow would be deployed to be client facing, right? the client would run the workflow on their own. And if we just try to get all the information in one go and return a big chunk of data, I think that most people could get easily confused or overwhelmed. By breaking the process down like this, they can go one phase at a time, provide just the inputs needed for that phase, as well as confirm the results of each phase at a time before moving on to the next step. That this would also ensure the next phases would be based on the confirmed result from the last phases.
Yes,
so
agree.
yeah, okay. So let's try running this workflow and see how it works in action.
Okay, so now I will start a quick demo of how this workflow will run. So firstly, I will be inputting some information. Here we can try with MindPal, for example. Primary service is automation building platform. And we would want that the definition of success would be 2x the sign-ups. And I would just keep it simple as that to see if the agent would be able to help me in deep researching for this. So first, I will want to draft some of the objectives in order to create a strategic brief. So we can see over here, it has scraped the company website and provide an executed summary as well as core objectives. So here it also define the success metrics or KPIs based on our inputted goals. So even though that I input a very simple and short goals, but it would be able to convert it into data-driven metrics. So here in the second phase, we want to input some of the ideal customer persona, I would say like business owners. And the main pain point that we solve is that we want to automate manual business process with AI to accelerate time for the team. So top 3 competitor, let's say Zapier, Make, and anything. So very short inputs, and I believe that it would still be able to gather lots of insights and doing some deep research to get us a comprehensive market research. So we can see over here, it generates for us a target avatar and analyze some of our competitive age against 3 of our competitors. So in here, we can see that the generated outputs are very concise and while also being deep enough. So it can like clearly lay out some of the competitive insights of our company. And next up for the tone and creative. So basically when we want to do a digital marketing campaign, then we want to have our own brand voice, for example, as well as some of the guidelines on the contents. Okay, so I have inputted some of the brand voice objectives and the content do's and don'ts that we adhere to in MindPal. So let's proceed and see its generation. So here it will be drafting for us a creative guidelines, which is a section that we would add to our project charter. So we can see the analysis of the voice and tone, some of the rules of engagement. We want to emphasize on like measurable outcomes, for example, and especially it correctly generates some of our content don'ts, like to avoid technical jargon, AI overhype. And finally, for the last phase, that would be gathering some of the information that is crucial to generate a timeline for our marketing process. So the target launch date would be the end of December and a budget of $4,000 monthly. And the key decision maker, I'll input it Sylvia, which is, and her role. Let's see it generate some of the outputs. So in here, we would want to generate a final timeline draft that we can suggest with our client. So it will involve like how we can communicate some of the milestones and what are some of the approvals we needed. So we can see over here, it can have due date and some of the description of different milestones. And finally, it generate for us a charter, a project charter, including of the executive summary, the market strategy, creative directions with emphasis and avoidance, and finally, the roadmaps and some of the logistics that we need to prepare for this campaign to work. And at the end, we have another agent note to create a draft project on Google Docs. So this is something that I observed for lots of clients in which that they would have like a template or a proposal Google Docs template to like send to their client. So we would also want to create a Google Docs and be able to have all of our generated content onto this Google Doc so we can access the document over here. So here is the generated outputs. Of course, when we're sending this to our client, we want a little bit of the formatting to avoid like some of the asterisks, for example, and make it better format.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I think we get the idea of how this workflow could be executed now. One tip for people who are watching this video is that if you want the final Google Docs document to be nicely formatted and has styling or branding consistent with your own branding, what you can do is that one is you can actually pass an HTML formatted version of the content to the create document tool so that it can maintain the formatting when it rendered the content inside Google Docs like this. Or even better, if you want, you can actually create a template on Google Docs with all the sections with your preferred styling in terms of color, background, etc. And you can pass the values generated from AI over to the Google Docs so that everything fits nicely. I actually just created a video on this exact topic a few days ago. So I'm gonna link the tutorial in the video description in case you want to have a look. But yeah, I think the work works great. I believe that something like this could save any agency or business tons of time in back and forth communication with the client just to agree on the project charter before kickstarting any project like this. So I just have one more question. I see that when we run the workflow, the user will provide the answers in a form-like interface. So there are fields corresponding each section and they can provide the values there. But one situation I also see is that some clients, they don't even know what to put there. So like they may overthink a lot about whether they are providing the inputs correctly, etc. So in such cases, what can we do to help the client come up with the inputs in a more seamless and intuitive way? Do you have any suggestion?
In that case, I would suggest we add a chat note into the workflow. So basically, the goal of the chat note is to make the entire process more conversational. So they can have a chat with that chat note and they can proceed when they feels like, oh, they get the idea that they want. They get the exact wording or formatting of the inputs that they want.
Yeah, so if the user wants a more conversational experience for the clients, in which the job of an AI is no longer just synthesis, like what we are doing now, but also guiding the user from their raw thoughts to the final inputs before they pass to the AI for refinement and synthesis. So we can basically replace all the human input nodes in this workflow. with a chat note, right?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much for sharing. Janity, thanks so much for preparing all of this and coming here today to share with us how you have been helping people automate their client onboarding processes. I'm sure people have learned a lot from you today. And I would encourage all of you to go ahead to MindPal. Try taking any client onboarding process of yours that is currently manual and turn it into an AI guided workflow like this and see how much time it can save for you. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in our next videos. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks, Janity.